DP Photography here, bringing another video, and today we're talking about, well, today, my good people, we're just gonna be doing a little bit of reviewing of my baby. You know, my baby went through plastic surgery the other day, man. A major overhaul, man. And I gotta say, man, I am so stoked about all the changes. The ride is so different now, man. So smooth, so buttery. It's so hard to explain how they all work together in conjunction, man. But, you know, that's what I'm gonna try to do here for you today. This is not gonna be a technical video or anything like that. This is just gonna be my thoughts on the products that I just purchased. At the same time, you know, let's just get right into it. Let's start with this Hex Grip Tape, man. The Hex Grip Tape, it has a, you know, it's got its little quirks to it, man. Like, this stuff is sharp. I'll say that, to say the least, man. I was handling this stuff like it wasn't nothing, man. And before you knew it, I had cuts all over my fingers. I didn't know where they were coming from. I later figured out that it was the Hex Grip Tape, man. Started being careful with it. I didn't cut myself anymore. Also, another thing that I don't like about it is the way that dirt gets in between each tile. That being said, you know, I did order a Fender from Floater Shack, which will be coming, and that should alleviate some of that dirt from flying up in it. But I'm a person that likes to keep my board kind of clean, man. I'm not like the muddy kind of guy. I don't like to be going in the dirt. I don't like my board being all dusty. I'm trying to keep it as pretty as I can. That's not really, you know, logical or probably doable, but I'm gonna try my best, you know? Next, moving on to the air pad, man, that thing is nice and thick, nice and soft. If you can see this hard plastic right here, and this gel, this is like almost like the inside of a high quality shoe. It's a gel pad, hard pad, gel pad. Combine that with the 4mm hexagon tape, and you know, you pretty much cured foot fatigue. I haven't felt foot fatigue. Not to mention that this back pad is a little bit wider. So now when I do feel foot fatigue, I'm able to move my toes around a little bit and get the blood circulating the way that it's supposed to be. That being said, we're moving on to the Enduro Tire. Super wide, super buttery, super comfy. It makes me feel like I have more control. You know, I feel like I have a lot more real estate on those corners, man, and when I'm curving and moving. And, you know, I almost got a little bit too loose a couple of times and falling. But, you know, because the tire's so big, I've been able to recover. You know, in the middle of the street, I'm like, whoo, I'm talking about like really, really almost eating it bad, man. Well, I know it's gonna be bad, but recovering, man. And it's crazy because I had just started liking that stock tire, man. But once I jumped on this Enduro, man, along with everything else, it was like, I'm in heaven. This thing is just too smooth and too buttery, man. Jump to the rails, man. Now, I ordered these things in rainbow, and rails is something that I was not going to get. I didn't want to change the rails. I didn't really understand what the difference would be. You know, you look at the comments and you see what people are saying, like, oh, it's gonna change the center of gravity. It's going to lower you to the ground. And it's like, what does that mean? Like, how does that change your ride? You don't really understand the physics of what's about to happen. Now, I get on this thing and I feel like speed racing. You know, I catch myself hearing that beat more often than not because it's like you don't have to lean as far to go fast, you know? It's just a subtle push forward and you're shooting out. The color, I picked rainbow, which I took a chance, you know what I mean? Nope, I didn't see anybody with the color rainbow when I got it. But when I seen this color, man, it kind of stood out to me. I did have a car this color back in the days, man, and you know, it grabbed me. You know, that car is definitely mimicking the GT today. You know, like even when it comes to everything else around it, you know, I just got everything else in black, just like that car was, man. And it's like, I'm loving it. That being said, what does it do to the ride? Now, they tell you that it lowers your center of gravity, and you really can't understand what that means. But once you're lower to the ground, man, you don't have to push as much forward, you know, a little bit leaning forward, and you're flying, man. They're lighter, they're prettier. You know, I just want to keep these things protected as well. But all together, overall, this thing is now a thing of beauty, man. It's an investment, man. And it's something that I use for work, an everyday part of life, man. I can't say how much I'm enjoying it, man. 10 stars, 10 stars. I had some people tell me, you know, I need to check out the Street Pro 2, but it's gonna be impossible, man, for me to ever get a different tire than this, because it feels so good, man. My setup has come together so nicely, man. And I gotta say thank you to the people at the Float Life. I wanna say thank you to Onewheel Parts, thank you to Craft and Ride, thank you to Jeff Adair, thank you to everybody in the Facebook community who's not a dick. And for everybody in the community, you know, I just wanna say, you know, for the most part, man, it's a cool community. You know, we do have those pricks sprinkled in there, but they're everywhere, man. And you gotta know what you're posting for, and know that, you know, for every, you know, prick, there's 20 people that like whatever it is that you have to post, man. You know, spread positive vibes, people, man. Thank you guys for watching as always. DP Photography, man. Tell me what you guys think, man. Are you planning on doing any modifications to your board anytime soon, man? DP Photography, as always, also known as the Real Berg.